Hi, and welcome to our Zinzino customer presentation. Today, I'm going to take you through just who Zinzino are, what we do, and how we can help your health. I got introduced to Zinzino as a customer. I'd worked in sports, performance, health, and nutrition for a long time. And I'd always looked at nutrition as an external kind of manifestation of health. In terms of health being what you look like on the outside, your performance markers, and if they were good, then you were good. But that dramatically changed when my super fit and healthy 38-year-old husband had a stroke. And that really started introducing me and getting me, I started to look into internal health more and understanding it's not just how you look on the inside, it's what's going on. Sorry, on the outside, it's what's going on in the inside. And that led me to looking at cellular health and actually how we function from a cellular perspective, which is really the foundation of who we all are. And what I found in the impact that I then realized that had on our health and well-being led me to Zinzino as a company when I got introduced to them and they said they were test-based nutrition. I was all over that, because for me, testing, if you're not testing, you're guessing. And when it comes to tests, we test our blood pressure, we test our cholesterol, we may test our vitamin D, but other than that, we're not looking at our nutrition. We're not looking at how our diet is affecting us. And the impact that has is monumental to our health. So Zinzino are the world leaders in test-based nutrition. So really helping you understand how your nutrition is affecting your health. And unfortunately, the health of the world right now is not great. People are getting sicker and they're getting sicker younger. Inflammatory conditions are on the rise. Type 2 diabetes never used to be a childhood illness. Thousands of children are being diagnosed every year. And also now the statistic is 1 in 2 will develop cancer if they were born after 1960 at some point in their life. It's a pretty grim picture, and we've got to ask ourselves why. Well, this is really the heart of what we do at Zinzino. Let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. Now, probably you look at this and go, yeah, that makes complete sense. But actually, in the modern day world, this is way more difficult to do because a lot of the essential nutrients that we need to be nourished at a cellular level and nourished internally are missing from our diet today. And a lot of the foods that we are consuming actually damage us at a cellular level. So let's take a look at our food industry for a moment. Our food industry, we used to eat from Mother Nature. I always think of this, how my granny used to eat. She was a meat and two veg girl, no processed food ever passed her lips. The food she consumed was local, it was fresh, it was full of good vitamins, minerals, good balance between healthy fiber, fat, and a good balance between omega-6 and 3. But unfortunately, today, 70% of the food we eat is processed or highly processed. It's man-made, it's empty in calories, it's high in sugar. And a lot of these essential components, essential fatty acids, our beta-glucans, our essential vitamins and minerals are not in our food in the quantities that they used to be. And this is where Zinzino really starts their health journey, because what they have identified is a problem that affects 97% of the world population. And that is the deficiency in omega-3 and the too much consumption of omega-6. And basically that leads to what we call omega balance, which is the balance between omega-6 and omega-3 being way higher than it should be. And this is something that 97% of the world are experiencing right now. And I have some data to show you that. But what I want to just to kind of take you through is this ratio and how it's changed over the decades and why that's important. Our DNA was formed at a 1-to-1 ratio between omega-6 and 3. World Health Organization recommend a ratio 3-to-1 or less. 1960 was really the turning point. Fast food became available, industrialization of food. And now every decade, this ratio is getting worse and worse. Right now in the UK, the average is 25-to-1. And that's pretty standard really throughout the globe. There is some variation, but really every nation right now is experiencing this ratio being way higher than it should be. And we think, okay, well, so what? What does that do? Well, that causes inflammation in the body. Inflammation is a stress response in the body. It's triggering that something's not right. That can affect our brain function, our heart, our organ function, our hormonal health, our gut health, our joint and muscle pain. And really, any condition with an itis at the end is an inflammatory condition. And inflammation is the root cause of pretty much all disease, that certainly the modern lifestyle diseases we see today. So what we have to understand is the importance of this balance, because it affects every single cell in the body. So if we look at that for a moment, so when we have an omega balance above 3:1, this is what happens. Our cells become hard and rigid. They have a reduced function. And this cell membrane here, which is where nutrients are absorbed, think of this a little bit like the gate to our cell. That becomes too rigid, and nutrition can't get in as quick as it should, and waste can't get out, meaning the detoxification of the cell doesn't happen. And all this good stuff in here, the mitochondria, isn't powered by the good nutrition. That has effect on your energy levels, it affects on how you absorb nutrients, and that creates deficiencies in the body. Where we want you to be is a nice, normal, soft, permeable cell membrane. Nutrition can get in, waste can get out, you absorb your nutrients, and all this good stuff gets powered by the food that you're eating. Remember, food is fuel, and if we're not absorbing the nutrients, then that's going to have an effect on how our body functions and how our cells communicate to each other. We have around 13 trillion cells in our body as adult humans. And it's this, our omega balance affects every single one of those cells. It doesn't just affect the function of the cells individually, it affects how they communicate to each other. So you've really got to think about the profound effect this is having on us as human beings. So you're probably sitting thinking, okay, so fine, it's important, it affects my inflammation, it affects how my cells function. How do I know? Well, we can't look at each other and know what our omega balance is. The only way to do that is a blood test. And thankfully, Zinzino have made it very simple. A quick dry finger prick test can tell you all what you need to know about your blood, your internal health. It will give you this snapshot into your internal health. So by doing our balance test, you find out what your omega-6 balance is, how much inflammation is caused by diet in your body caused by diet. You'll also see how much of your brain is being fed from your essential fat. And you'll also understand how much of your nutrients you're absorbing. So really good insight. Think of it a little bit like a car. A car has a dashboard, right? If the oil light goes on, we replace the oil so the car doesn't break down. We don't have a dashboard. This balance test, it becomes your dashboard. And you can see from a nutrition point of view what is going on inside your body. We also have a vitamin D test and a HbA1c test as well. They're all administered in the same way. You can do them yourself, very easy to do. 3 spots of blood, and 2 weeks later, you will get your test results. Now, we've done 1.4 million balance tests now around the globe, and unfortunately, it's not a good picture. 97% of people fail the test. And what that means is 97% of people test above 3:1, meaning that they're walking around with silent inflammation in their body. So what Zinzino want to do something about that, and they've created a test and retest program with a corrective program in the middle to help you get into balance after 120 days. What does that mean? Well, it means getting your omega balance under 3:1 after 120 days, which brings down the inflammation in the body. It means that you're in an anti-inflammatory condition. Your organs, your brain, your skin, all these vital, essential functions in the body that need omega-3 are being fed. It will also naturally bring down your omega-6. We work with some of the best minds in the world that have created the corrective program to help bring your omega balance under 3:1 after the 120 days. Dr. Paul Clayton is really the godfather of Zinzino. Please Google him. He's a world leader, a neuropharmacologist. And he and his team who's created this, which is our flagship product. So this is our balance oil. It's not a fish oil, it's a balance oil. And the difference is it contains polyphenols. Now, polyphenols is basically antioxidants. And the antioxidants that are used are from pre-harvested olives to make extra virgin olive oil. So our omega-3 is bound with the olive oil. Now, you might think, okay, that sounds pretty simple. Well, it is, but it's actually a game changer to the omega-3 industry, because what this balanced oil does, which other omega-3 doesn't do, it doesn't oxidize. So it stays fresh, it doesn't taste fishy or rancid, and it actually gets into the cell membrane and changes your omega balance within that 120 days. So really think of this a little bit like a limo and a limo driver. The limo is the omega-3, the limo driver is the omega-3, the limo is the olive oil. The olive oil makes sure the limo makes sure the limo driver gets to its destination, just like the olive oil makes sure the omega-3 gets to its destination, which is our cells. We also have a vegan version as well, which is completely derived from the algae. And all our products carry the highest stamps of approval that you would expect. Friend of the Sea, Informed Sport, and GMP certified, obviously, are the big three there. So, everything we do is ethical. Any athlete can take our products, and we're a very high quality range of all natural supplements. So just to really reiterate, omega-3 is essential for every stage of life. So if you if someone's trying to get pregnant, so it starts right at fertility and conception. Remember, omega-3 is the building blocks to our cells. So without omega-3, we will have reduced function cells, not only for ourselves, but also for our baby that we're making. So that's vitally important. It's a building blocks to the baby's brain and body. So in pregnancy, it's really important. And then as a child develops and grows and its immune system grows, this omega balance, getting it under 3:1 at every stage of life, making sure that you have optimal levels of omega-3 is essential. That's true also at any hormonal stage of life. Omega-3 is the conductor of hormones. So if you are deficient in omega-3, you will ride any hormonal stage of life much worse. That's true for perimenopause, menopause, and then also the latter stages of life, ensuring that we don't have to get dementia or Alzheimer's. Actually doing what we can to support our brain health is really omega-3. So getting your omega balance, getting you into that anti-inflammatory condition, bringing down the inflammation in the brain, and supporting your brain throughout every stage of life is essential. As you can see here, we've got 18 claims from the balance oil. And, I won't go through all of these, but you can see even just the first three: normal brain function, normal heart function, normal immune function. We all want that, right? And here you can see like lowering blood pressure, lowering cholesterol. And it's really about bringing the body back into balance, not doing this from a pharmaceutical point of view, trying to preventatively bring the body where it needs to be with the right level of nutrition. And of course, it doesn't, when we talk about foundational health, it's not just about fatty acids, but that is the first step. Getting your omega balance below 3:1 is the first step on your health journey, because that then means that you're in an anti-inflammatory condition and you're absorbing your nutrients. But also a very important step is your gut health. You need to restore your gut, make sure you've got the right level of good bacteria versus bad. And that's what this product does. It basically restores the gut, gives your body essential fiber, which makes that good bacteria to fight off the bad, to ensure your physical, emotional, and mental health is where it needs to be. Because our gut is really the center of who we are. It is our second brain. It has one vagus nerve that goes from our gut to our brain that carries messages. If we have an unhealthy gut environment, it's going to have an effect on our mental and emotional well-being. And then our last piece of our foundational health puzzle is our multivitamin, our Extend. This supports your innate immune system. It's full of all essential vitamins, minerals, polyphenols, micronutrients, and there's some amazing ingredients like curcuma and turmeric, coenzyme Q10, all really to bring down that inflammation again. So again, very anti-inflammatory and fits together like a jigsaw puzzle. And that's really what our health protocol at Zinzino does. You've got your balance oil, which rebalances your fatty acids, brings you into an anti-inflammatory condition, and helps your cells function properly. Then the gut helps bring inflammation down in the gut, and it works in synergy with the balance oil to ensure the balance oil is being absorbed, and the good bacteria is helping with the digestive system. And again, the balance oil feeds the brain, and the xenobiotics make sure those messages to the brain are being sent in the right way. And then you have the multivitamin, which then feeds those cells, feeds that mitochondria. And then the last piece of our puzzle, if anyone struggles with sleep, anxiety, or stress, this problem is an absolute gift. It is magnesium, zinc, and saffron, and is just all natural and a very calming to the mind as well. So again, fits together perfectly with our health protocol. And these 4 products really bridge the gap between what we're getting from our diet today and what we need. To be like anything, if you want to build a good house, you need a good foundation. Health is no different. If you want good health, you need a strong foundation. And our Zinzino Health Protocol will give you that. It's high quality food in supplement form, so it's ideal for this modern day lifestyle. Of course, if you can consume a fillet of wild line caught fish every day, you can consume 9 prebiotic fibers and 8 kilograms of organic fruit and veg every day, by all means, do the real food option. But if that's not achievable for you in your lifestyle, and you can't kind of rear your own cattle, fish your own fish, because that's really how far we've come away from really the nutrient levels that we used to have. So our food is not as nutritious as it used to be. So we have to bridge the gap. And our Zinzino Health Protocol can do just that. Okay, I hope that's interesting for you. If you have any questions, please just reach out to whoever sent you this recording or invited you on the call today, and they will answer any questions for you. And we look forward to welcoming you soon on your Zinzino health journey. Thank you.